is on.
No, I was interrupting.
Okay, so anyway, so this one's good. This one started. Okay, so then the next one is the loud yelling, that just like we need to calm it, tone it down. Stop asking just, endlessly, want to end the probation. It's not about ending it. It's not up to you. You just need to be stepping back on that. Saying that you don't have time to waste. I mean,
Wait.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Jim.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find out how much was the voice tracking. I do it. Stay focused. Yes, so I understand the yelling, of course. I'm sorry. I'm also following a therapy with a psychiatrist and psychologist. I believe that's going to help as well. Now, the thing about the probation, can you expand a little bit? Like, what do you mean? Why is not good that I say that I want to get out of probation?
Because it's just not it's like you will either be gotten out of probation in the time that's required, plus we now have deadlines on all of our probation. So if we don't do that, the entire team goes on half pay stop. Right? So either the process will address itself. So if you are trying to pressure teammates to get you off probation, that is unacceptable.
Can we write that down?
What?
That's different. That's more. I will write it down. Like avoid pressuring anyone to get you out of probation.
Yeah, or getting a title or doing whatever. Like it's just like just focus on the work. That's what probation here to do. Your probation is to get you focused on the work, not to have you spend time telling everybody that you want to get off probation or that you want something that's not focusing on the work. Does that make sense?
That's very clear. Yes.
Yes.
Very sense.
There's the whole private issue, which has not really been addressed and is a problem.
What private issue?
With David.
Didn't we pass it on podcast?
That's still ongoing and has not been finalized and addressed. So that just needs to be finalized and addressed.
Okay.
The ICU budget issues, I mean, I don't know. I mean, started, it's moving forward. It is what it is. We'll deal with it.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
But yeah, we do want to just focus on what exists instead of like, these ideas that money's never a problem, all that stuff. That's where we're trying to get focused on just the actual.
I agree, guys. I agree. What can I say? I mean, I wasn't expecting to be treated like an object like I was. So I'm sorry, but I'm definitely too optimistic sometimes, and it's not professional for sure.
Yeah. So this next one I think is important for me, which is that I'm fine discussing and talking about going to Brazil, you coming to San Francisco, us meeting in person, whatever. But what I am not okay with is this idea that you unilaterally decide what's happening with everyone else's life.
Yes.
If you wanna meet with me, you communicate professionally and we schedule like it's and you make a topic. It's like it should not be just you saying, "Oh, I'm coming to San Francisco and we're meeting," and like that's it, and there's no discussion, and I mean, I don't care whether you're thinking that or not. It's just not professional, and it's not okay. I don't want to hear it. I don't think anyone else wants to hear it.
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry.
Whatever happens, it should be done by agreement. That is how we do everything.
Yeah.
Not what one person thinks and one person wants to. Not listening. Although right now you're talking about going to Ukraine, so. Whatever, we'll see what happens on that. But not listening and then saying everyone else doesn't listen. That is the fun one, all right? Oh man. Addressing anything regarding training so that recruitment is not an issue. Yeah, so I think this is not bad. I'm not worried about this one at this point because we are moving forward already with all the recruitment. So this one's like to say okay. So we already have passed the policy. So as long as you don't have issues with the policies regarding the
recruitment, no, I like them. Sorry.
Yeah, but we have the new policy for the substitutes. Yes.
Yeah, I saw that. I like it very much.
So then we've got make sure previous probation is continued in address. So that's fine. I think everything moving forward on that. Make sure previous probation is continued for the fulfilled on real-time session policies. So that actually we fixed today, where we finally approved the real-time session policies to move forward, even if. So I think that's everything. I think.
So it's not because it's done.
Well, no, it's not done until we have agreement.
Yes, we need to review it.
Yeah. So because every session it could be reversed.
Yes, I forgot.
Reverse it.
I had forgotten.
Anyway, so I think this looks complete. The only thing missing here is the stuff about the worldview, but that's not really applicable to probation because the worldview is applicable to the contentious situation, right? The conflict. So that needs to be addressed in a broader context, but it needs to be moved forward.
Time to take a break. Please stop, write down whatever you were about to say, and take a break for 6 minutes.
So I'm done with this. Are you ready to take a break?
I just want to say that I mean, I'm just starting to know what worldview is. I just having clarity about what my opinion shifted totally after what you said yesterday and what we just discussed.
Yeah, I mean, but you know the term worldview. It's always at the top of all of our hierarchy lists of the entire vortex, right? The worldview is the foundation to the Declaration of Consciousness, which is the foundation to the entire new Hanua society that we're building. Everything is based on consciousness. Everything is based on empowerment and empowering people's conscious journeys. That is the future of humanity.
Yes, but knowing the term doesn't mean I understand.
Yes, of course. Yeah, so I'm glad that it came up, and I'm glad we're talking about it. And it's very important when people don't understand terms to bring them up, especially when their terms as important as worldview, because worldview is the foundation to our entire framework of everything that we stand for and everything that we're doing within FQV. So the three highest levels are 1, worldview, 2, strategy, and 3, culture, right? So the culture that we want to empower and that we want to fund is Globish. We've talked about Globish many times, and we would have a very different experience if every single session we talked in Globish, or there was another group talking in Globish. I can't handle Globish. We need to hire people who can talk basically fluent English to actually move everything forward. But eventually, if we can move forward, we can fundraise, we can bring in money, we could set up an entire Globish branch as a cultural, node, right, of the entire vortex. So again, there's cultures and languages and time systems. All of that is all cultural mannerisms. Then you've got your strategic branches, and then.
Can I say something about worldview?
What?
Can I say something to stay before we go into study? Okay, you remember what you said yesterday? I remember everything else. Yesterday you said, what I do for you is your words were, is the worst possible. And the word you write words like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So when you pressure and push and force your worldview on others, there is no other higher level evil, or in the context of our societal norms, that basically that would be the worst law to break, right?
Yeah,
so as an individual, one thing, but as an organization, if you created an organization and your organization goes out and does crusades and basically forces and enslaves other people into your worldview, that is the worst possible, basically, human rights attack on the Declaration of Consciousness. There is nothing worse than that, right? So another way to
this is the word you used. This is the word you used.
What?
Said that. This is exactly what you said yesterday.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than that.
Yeah, nothing worse than that. Absolutely. That is the worst possible thing you could do as a conscious being of light, right? Is to force your worldview on others. That is a form of enslavement.
Yes, I agree.
In our context. Under the Declaration of Consciousness, forcing your worldview on others is a form of conscious enslavement.
Yes.
Right? It is the worst possible thing that you can do. There's nothing worse than that.
There's nothing worse than that. Yes, Jay, I understand.
So what we're saying is that physical enslavement is better than conscious enslavement.
Totally.
If you physically enslave someone and you chain them up and you put them in a cage, but they are still able to practice their own conscious journey of spirituality. They are more free than someone who is uncaged, yet has been brainwashed and indoctrinated and forced into a conscious journey that is not their own.
Yeah, nothing worse than that.
Nothing worse than that. It's better to be enslaved and chained up and put in a cage than to be consciously enslaved into a worldview that is not your own.
Yes, I get it now. I'm
Yes.
sorry I didn't understand it before.
No, it's fine.
I get it now, and I'm totally on the same page. Totally.
Yes. And you can see that in the context of the Coalition to End Societal Abuse. Our entire society is literally based on abusing people and forcing people into their own worldview and their own control of people's consciousness.
I know something about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can see how powerful of an idea the Declaration of Consciousness is. And just so you all know, I did not create the Declaration of Consciousness. This is a real thing, and it, as part of our wrap up. Let's go into wrap up. But let's just get the link to the Declaration of Consciousness. Declaration of Consciousness. There's a couple different versions. I think I started one of my own as well. Consciousness.
Let me wrap up. Are you wrapping what?
No, I'll get the link later. I didn't see it here, but I have it. I know I have it linked somewhere. It's been a while since we've even talked about these things. So. But I'll just write Declaration of Consciousness under wrap.
End
It's
of
4
break.
o'clock.
Time to start. Please get focused on the session.
All right.
All right. Any other things for wrap up? So we get. Oh, we're already over time. That sucks. So
Can we schedule?
we're only gonna get like actually, let's do a 1 hour break, and then we have Cobalt hour 2.5. Okay.
Perfect. Cobalt 2.5.
Do we have any
Payrolls, right?
payroll? Okay.
Payrolls. Right.
Let's work on payroll, and we start with the finishing up bonuses.
All right. Perfect.
All right, and then let me do a quick switch over here. Any other wrap-up items?
No. No, for now.
I think that's coming into my mind. Right, checkouts then. Jay, you want to go first?
I just want to add one thing to the wrap-up, which is to create a overall contentious plan to get us to where we want to be. So we definitely need a clear plan to move us forward on our contentious.
Yeah, that's
Right.
included in the functionality plan, right? This is part of the functionality plan. In order to stay functional, we cannot stay contentious forever.
Exactly.
Right.
Okay.
Check out.
So I'm checking out. So I would give the session a 7. I thought it was very good. As soon as we passed the real-time session policies, we've basically been on policy. The session's been going smoothly. We're basically ending on time. So I'm very happy about the real-time session policies. I feel they're going to make a huge difference in our functionality. I wish we had done this a long time ago, but either way, it'll be fine. I will be working on the payroll coming up here. I also am really interested in getting the link to the Declaration of Consciousness because that is a very important document, and getting our own copy of that so that it's saved. And then I also am interested in obviously continuing with the recruitment and following through with that.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
And then all of the other priorities that we want to move forward with. Yeah, check.
Ate, Lucy, Ate, you want to go next?
Lucy
You're
next.
winning.
Okay.
Okay, let me go next. I'll give them 7. Yeah, it was a good session. I like the tone that was used during session. One could not even imagine it was a content session. I'll be focusing on equal joining on the payrolls and equal the reimbursement. I'll equal work on the taxes W8 W9 sent out to tender forms. I will equally focus on the counting report and other top priorities. Yeah.
Okay. Are you done?
Yes, yes, I'm done.
All right. Lucy, you want to go next?
Yes. I'll give the session 7 as well. It was a good session. I like it the way it is. I hope we will always continue on doing this and we'll get better. I'm going to work on. Oh, I'm going to schedule to work with Alberto on taxes verifications. I think we did yesterday. And also, I'm going to work on payroll with Jay and any other person. And I'm going to work generally on any priorities that are there for the team. Check.
Thank you. Can somebody take notes for me?
Okay, let me take note.
Thank you. Line 27. I know, guys, it's difficult to me to give a session because I'm very glad about the real-time policies, but all the worldview discussion leaves me obviously
How many
very,
I need to be fast, please.
it's difficult for me to give a evaluation here because the part of the real-time session I would give definitely a 7 or more. I'm so glad that we passed them as well, that there you can already see the results. Everybody,
Time
they
for
just calm
breath.
the
Please
environment.
stop and get ready. Now inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, relax.
Yeah, so as usual, Jay is right. Took 4 months, but I'm glad we passed them. You can already see the amazing results. The thing about the overview, I must say I'm very mortified. It feels me like one of them. So the feeling is strong. So I'm going to give it. Even though we followed all the
I'm not
breaks.
getting you.
The part about the worldview, getting clarity on the worldview and all my behavior related to that makes me want to vomit. Let's say, right? So it's not a good feeling. So I'm glad we went over, absolutely. So about that, even though we don't have it in 10 plus, but the session, the experience was not very good. Still not good. I'm ashamed and mortified. So I'm gonna give 6, 5. Overall, let's say 6.5. 6. Anyways, thank you. Great session. Jay, see you in about 53 minutes.
Well, one other quick thing for the wrap up is that for next week's methodology session, methodology main session, I want to start.
I take responsibility. Yeah.
What?
No, nothing.
I want to start the session with the methodology proposal and make it clear that the declaration of consciousness is the foundation of our methodology, right? In our methodology proposal. So I want to go over the methodology proposal. I want to make sure we have agreement on it. I want to make sure we know where the declaration of consciousness is within the methodology proposal and make sure there's clarity on all of that. Check.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow, super exciting.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, amazing.
Next week will be very important.
Yeah. Big evolution.
Right. I'll
I
talk
mean,
to you
big
later.
evolution was already there, but yeah, talk to you later. Ciao, guys. Thank you very much.
Okay.